Hello, João. Thank you very much for interviewing me here. And I read about you some questions or some things during your life. Yeah. And from your 15 years, you started to play basketball and then started to play the poker. So can you tell me how did you transition between or from the basketball to poker?
Actually, it was inside my team. I had some teammates in my basketball teammates who would play poker. Some of them. That's one of the beginnings that I had. Watching some friends in the basketball play poker when we went on travels. So we would stay at a hotel and then we would play. They would play some poker and I would see. And also I had some other friends who were connected that was already playing poker. So that's how I discovered the game. And then I started getting more into the game on a time of basketball where I got injured. So I got injured, I got hurt, and I couldn't practice because I got hurt. So I'd stay like 4 or 5 months away from basketball. And poker was already an hobby, so I would play. I had more time, so I would play more poker. And then eventually I got a little bit better, and then a little bit better, and then it was just a smooth transition. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the feelings about the basketball and then about the poker?
Basketball is still my first love, so it will always be my first love. I loved it a lot. Something that I dedicated a lot of time of my life. So it was a different feeling. Poker also became something that I really liked, but it's different because poker you're mostly by yourself. You depend on yourself. It's a bit more lonely. And basketball, you have a team. You have a team spirit. We all work together. So we have fans watching. Sometimes in poker too, but not as often. So it's a different environment. I think it's great feelings both, but I think they're different.
You made. And what was the most difficult for the learn to how to play the poker?
Poker. At the beginning, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't so hard because I started early when people weren't very good. You didn't have nobody was good, I wasn't good either. But there was no solvers, there was no charts, there were no specific ranges. So you would just kind of test and go, and everything was very amateur. The best players were also not so professional as they are today. So since I came from basketball and I played in professional team, and everything was very professional. So you wake up early, you go to the gym, you work hard, nutrition, everything was very. So I figured I'm gonna do this poker for serious. I'm gonna do the same way as basketball, and for me it was natural. You work every day, 5 times a day. You sleep good. You work really hard. You take notes, and I thought that everybody did this, but at the time, no. People were just playing poker, going to the club, getting drunk, getting tilted. They would quit the session midway. So the beginning it was easy for me because I came with the basketball discipline, which was very professional, to an area with poker which was not professional at the time. So I got good quite fast because I didn't knew that poker was not so professional. So I did the same hard work as in basketball, and I got a good head start. At the beginning was the first few years, I'm gonna be honest, they were not so hard. Later when I got higher stakes, higher competition, then it gets a little harder. But at the beginning, I would say it was actually better than I expected.
Okay. And have you tried like a nightlife also with everything like with casino and?
Not really, no. It's not really my thing. If I'm on vacations, maybe with my friends. In the summer, yes, of course. But I usually try to separate things very strictly. If I'm in Vegas to poker, it's poker. Or if I have one day off, okay, it's one week off. Then I go no poker at all. I don't think about it. I go maybe nightlife. I go have some fun. I go out. But then back to work, it's work. So I think I do a good job of separating. I think maybe also because of basketball. In basketball, you go out, yes, on summer, on 2-week breaks, if you have 3 days off or 4 days off, maybe you go one night out. If you have the summer, okay, you can go. But during the season, if you have game on Saturday, you don't go out on Tuesday, never. So I kind of just do the same thing that I was doing before.
And also, I read about you. You are from Madeira, and the people are really like loving, helpful, supporting, and so on. So, do you think also it impacts you that you were maybe like under not like pressure, but you were okay? Some behind me, there are some people, and I need to continue. Or
I think it helped me on different regards. Being from Madeira, it helped me to be that person. We are humble. We work. We love each other. We help each other. So it's a very good community. So that helps me on being. After I had a little bit of success in poker, I'm staying humble and just keep working and just being the same person. And also Madeira, you said good things about it, but we forgot one major thing. We work really hard. You might heard about this Cristiano Ronaldo that is also from there. So it's a great example that we have to follow, and it's not just him. Like people work really hard. We were a poor island many years ago. We had to work really hard on farmers, or some people would go to the sea as fishers. And during the 1900s, the first half of the century, it was not very easy in Madeira. So people had to work really, really hard, and they had to help each other. That's why we are lovely. So I have that from my parents, from my grandparents, from my uncles, from my cousin. Everybody just works hard pretty much. So that helps, because we have that mindset that you work really hard at what you do, and you are really humble. So that's a good start to be successful, and
your blood now.
I hope so. Yes, I think so. Yes.
And what makes you unique compared to other opponents or players?
I think the basketball background, but many other people have other sports, so that helps you, not unique, but a little bit different. And I think also having my background, my family background, my island background makes me, I don't work hard to get something. I work hard because that's just how I am. So I don't work for money or for fame or for titles. I just work hard because that's how I live my life. So that helps me when I have success to stay humble and keep working, not be too cocky or too ego, nothing like that. And then it also helps me when things are bad, because many times things are bad too, to also keep working. So that helps through success, because on good times you work hard, on the bad times you work hard, on good times you are humble, on bad times you are humble. So this is a good success recipe, like a good recipe, you know. So it's a good recipe for success, just working hard and staying humble. I think feet on the floor. Yeah.
And what was the most tough period?
Oh, there's many. There were many tough periods. It doesn't come without them, especially in poker. Basketball was one of the toughest ones when I had to quit, because it was my first love. I was very, very sad. I cried for many hours in the shower. This is true. I never said this in a poker interview, but it happened. Like maybe 2-3 hours. I cried straight. Like I was so sad. And then poker, the bad periods in poker are also very hard, because you try very hard and the variance is hard. Like you can, in tournaments especially, you can go with months without having the success that you work for, or that you think you work for. So those are especially hard, those moments. I had several of those, but it's also on those that you learn a lot. So with time it gets a little easier, because you learn to say, okay, this is normal. Sometimes you're gonna have 2 months losing or 3 months. It's okay. So now it's becoming okay. But the first times it's like, what happened? I'm working so hard. I think I'm playing good. Why am I losing always? Like sometimes that's poker. So we have to accept, yes. But it's hard.
Yes. And how many hours you need to work, maybe per week or per month?
It's so I think that's one of the secrets to success, and secrets to success should stay secret.
Okay.
So I will keep that for myself.
I like it. Okay, all more than 15 years you've traveled almost home.
Wow.
So what is your favorite spot or place?
Barcelona is my favorite spot.
And why?
Oh my God, weather is great, food is great, people are very friendly and easygoing. If you have the chance to go to Barcelona, you see nobody's really too nobody really cares how you dress. Like everybody's relaxed, everybody's friendly. It's not one of those places where everybody's trying to look like they are rich, or like Miami, like they trying to have big watch, expensive car. No, they're just, I don't care. I'm on flip-flops. I'm going to the beach. A lot of artists, so I like that energy is great. And of course, it's by the sea. So that for me, from an island, the water is very important. I need to see water every day. I like it. I go to close to the river to walk here in Bratislava because I need to see water. Yeah. Just to walk around. My wife today was running there because she's like, I need to see water. I haven't seen water in a few days. So Barcelona is one of my favorites. And then I'm going to choose one more. I lived in Prague, then I lived in Holland, and now I live in London, and I fell in love with London. People speak so much bad things about London, but I love London. London is the same thing. It's such a big city. Nobody cares who you are. Nobody cares where you dress. And you can just be yourself with no pressure, no society pressure. And I like it. And London is just nice for me.
Okay. And last year you appeared in the Triton series, which many consider the royal series of poker. How was your experience playing in this prestige?
It was good. It was good. I made a few final tables. I played 3, I think. Yes, I played 3. I made a few final tables. I think I final tabled at least one event in every time that I went. Yes, I did. So that I had a little bit of success, even though not great, but a little bit of success. The last one in Korea, South Korea, was very good. I made many cashes into final tables, and the experience was great. Like it is different than any other stop. It's very small. You know everybody, literally everybody, every player, every dealer. You know everybody. So it's a very competitive environment, and the conditions to play poker are amazing. They treat you extremely well. You get food, everything that you can possibly think. So it's nice that you feel that there is a place to play poker where the conditions are extremely professional and nice. So it makes you feel good because so my experience was good. 2 of them were in Asia, one in Vietnam, one in South Korea. That I never had the chance to meet, which was also great. The competition was good. I think I did well. So it's one of the stops that I'm looking forward to go more often, if the schedule allows me, and compete more, hopefully get a few titles, hopefully make a good splash. And it's one of the places where you can really just prove that you can be on the top of the chain. So I'm looking forward to go back and do even better, hopefully.
I hope so.
Thank you.
And for example, the next schedule your tournaments.
No.
You can choose whatever. Okay. And what does your preparation for example, this event looks like?
It depends. I cannot do the preparation. It's the same thing that I do all the year. I don't really change much. So if the study or the work that I'm doing to get better and to learn on January, I'll do it on February, then I'll do it kind of on March. So if a Triton comes, or a World Series of Poker comes, or maybe a mixed game event comes, which is harder, I have to learn other games. I kind of stayed the same. So there's a good line that I like from a boxer, boxer, that he says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I try to stay ready most of the year, and the preparation is kind of the same.
Not 3 days before?
No. I did that when I was in college and university. We used to study the day before, really fast, didn't work for so well. So now I study a little bit earlier, yes. I learned my lesson. The day before is not enough.
Okay, and for example, about the tournament, do you choose the tournaments depends on something personal, or it's only like, okay, so it's feeling?
No. Usually, before I used to, it's still a way to make money. So it's important that you choose the tournaments that you expect to make some money. So you don't want to play, even if you feel you're really good, you are doing very well and you're very confident, you don't want to play just against extremely good players, because it's going to be very hard for you to win. So you try to choose tournaments that you think are going to be good tournaments for you, that you do well, it's good for your game, and you think you are a little bit better than the competition. So that's the main reason. But sometimes I also like to, this is the 90% of the tournaments. It's tournaments that you think you're going to be profitable and you're going to probably, hopefully make some money. But then you also have the feeling, like that you said, like sometimes today there's a 1K roller in Winamax Poker Open here in Bratislava. That's a good tournament for me, I think. 6 max, I like it. But there is also a 400 mixed games with Gus Hansen. And that's a fun tournament. I said, okay, today I go for the fun. Usually you go for the work. It makes more sense. But sometimes in life you should also choose what makes you more happy. We call it EV. It's like the money EV is one thing, financial EV, and then you have life EV, which is super important. Like you don't want to also just do a job that you don't like, that you feel unhappy, that you feel sad. Maybe it's not the best that for society or for yourself or for money, but you like it more, go. So most of the time, financial decisions, because you have to be responsible. It's when you feel like I really want to do this tournament, I go. I don't care.
How many percentage maybe if you wanna?
The problem is that I like all the tournaments so much that it's easy. The financial events are also tournaments that I like to play. So for me, it's usually when happens I make feeling decisions when there are mixed games. I love mixed games, but mixed games in terms of money, small tournaments, I'm not so good in them. I think I'm good, but not as good, I think, in Hold'em. So I like to, whenever there's mixed games, I usually pick emotional decisions. Usually I do this, and today is one of those days, yes.
And maybe last question. Tell me your 2 positive and 2 negative aspects. What do you consider about yourself?
About me?
Yeah.
Okay, positive. There's usually the more distance is between the person that is being flattered and the compliment, the better. So if I say to my mom is great, I'm very close to my mom. Like it's not if somebody that doesn't know me says that I'm this or that, maybe it's more valuable. So I'm gonna choose the bad ones because the positive ones I'll wait for somebody else to say. So the bad ones, sometimes I worry too much. So the perfection is good sometimes, but sometimes paralyzed. So I want to be good, do everything so well, and I work so much, and it's too much stressful. And that's not great, I don't think. And other bad things, I think I work on most of bad things. But if you don't get me coffee, I get really cranky. I'm not a good person to be around if I don't get coffee. So maybe I don't know. I guess for seriously the second one. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe sometimes I work so hard that I should have more time to give attention to other people. Sometimes I don't. I would like to be less busy so I could have more time to speak with my friends, with my family. I would like to be there more often. And since I work so hard, I think that's a bad thing for me, a bad quality. I don't reserve enough time for outside work. That's not great.
But it's joined to perfection.
It is, but also life goes fast, you know. And at the end of life, you don't care about perfection. You care about your friends and your mom and your family. So I try to balance as much as possible, but I also have, I travel 50 times a year, so I do my best. I try to do my best, but it's hard. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Time and for being there.
It was very nice questions. I think they were very well prepared.